What's up, my soft storms? Right, just right. Oh my god. Oh,
What's up,
editing.
my star star? RighteousRaikou here, back again with another wrestling podcast.
Dab. Um, what's up, guys? RighteousRaikou here. Joined by your boy Conscious,
Yo,
and as always, we gonna break down this week in WWE. Um, uh, Today's just been an off day, so pardon the beginning stutter. Um, so with all as always that we do, we start the top of the week with news. And starting off the list, we got Hogan wanting to come back to WWE, and WWE is sticking to its guns and basically saying, nope,
he'll be back eventually.
yeah, but he won't be at 25.
Oh, he'll be back eventually though.
Yeah, he said some pretty outlandish stuff, but I eventually they'll kind of just be like, yeah, people have said worse.
He'll
Um,
have done worse.
you right, Chris Benoit, rest in peace.
I will stick to my word on that. Chris deserves to be a Hall of Fame. No matter what he did, he still
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that. Uh,
he a lot of the reason for his things is because
the
of
head injuries, yeah, I
yeah. So
I
he
completely
should
agree with
eventually
that.
go in.
I feel upset whenever they completely snuff out Chris Benoit, because it's like that man was a generate, like he was a legacy in of himself. He was literally a self-made man. It was great. But anyhow, um, before I digress into an hour and a half of WCW, Jimmy Uso came under fire a couple days ago. He was leaving an event out in, I believe, Texas, and he was pulled over for driving while intoxicated. He was under custody, bailed out, and then WB kind of just issued a statement of saying like further investigation needs to be taken place, and then depending on the outcome, further actions will be dealt with.
What I see in that situation, the Usos are losing the tag title soon because of thanks to their cousin Roman, there seems like there's a lot of drama coming through WWE's way, and they want to try to avoid as much as possible. So
Yeah, and you know what?
there's
They might as well drop it at the 2 and 3 falls match of Rumble.
yep, what they should do, have the Usos drop it, have them take a back burner for a while till they figure out the situation between them with the whole thing, and once that's figured out, then you can throw them back up there in the title scene.
Yeah, because that's a good thing. That's the one thing I respect about the Usos. If they're down and they have to take a step back, they always can turn it back up to 10 in a moment's notice.
Yep.
Um, Moving onwards, we have another Simone controversy with involving Roman Reigns and a jailed steroid dealer. He mentioned Roman Reigns as being one of his clients, and Roman Reigns basically said that I have no idea who this guy is, calling him a liar, and stating that he passed, I believe, like 13 WB
Go
drug
lie,
tests.
Roman. Go lie, Roman.
So, I mean, it's possible Reigns can be lying, but we don't know. At the same time,
Oh, Roman's lying like a motherfucker.
he
He
could
he
also
was
be taking roids.
literally he was just busted. Like was it like earlier last month?
It,
What was it last month or
no, it was almost a
earlier?
year ago now.
It was
The
last year,
suspension was like
yeah,
almost a year ago.
where he got substance abuse. Yeah, so
Yeah, it was like
I
a year
don't
ago.
doubt it at all. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I wouldn't
He's
be
a
surprised,
pauper.
but you know what? I'll give the man the benefit of the doubt for right now.
Nope. Fuck you, Roman.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment, but you know what? The man could be telling the truth, and innocent to proven guilty.
He's a phone, yay.
Moving onwards, we got the American Ninja Warrior winner, Casey Catanzaro, is now training in WWE, and so this will be pretty interesting. She'll probably end up in NXT, doing
Wait, she's not a winner. No woman has ever won a
no, she
Ninja
actually won.
Warrior. What? What are you
Yeah,
talking
she was
about?
American Ninja Warrior winner, or
You
maybe
must
she won the
mean
finals or something like that. I
you
don't
know
think
what it
she
might have
actually
been.
won it.
She might have been on Team Ninja Warrior, and her team would have Team Ninja Warrior
Then
probably.
you know what? If I'm incorrect, then somebody issue a retraction
I
to
know.
ProWrestling.net, please.
I know who Casey Catanzaro is.
But
More than
she,
likely, she,
the
like I
thing
said,
is,
more
like,
than
even
likely,
if she didn't win all of it, I know she was on straight up American Ninja Warrior, and she went past all the way to the finals, and she was like the only woman to make it as far as she did.
she was probably on Team Ninja Warrior, which is a big thing on the USA Network for Ninja Warrior and stuff, and she probably won with her team.
Yeah,
But yeah, so she's in WWE's developmental.
that would be pretty interesting. I'm pretty
Yeah.
hyped on that. So moving onward, we have the three big, technically four big names. I'm sorry, of Ricochet, Candice LeRae, and the members of War Machine are now set to begin training in the Performance Center. So we should be seeing Ricochet and War Machine, and this is pure speculation, but they might appear at Royal Rumble.
To be honest, I don't expect to see a lot of training per se. I expect them to work on them knowing the positioning of cameras and stuff like that. Because
I mean, it's still technically
all
training, but it's more staging,
yeah, to be honest, more likely is them learning WWE style of wrestling, the
which is a
whole
lot different.
performance style over shoot style, like in Japan and stuff like.
Yeah,
That.
no,
As well as in particular War Machine. They work a very stiff, hard hitting style. They might have to cut that back a little bit.
if they work with bigger guys like Sabatelli and Moss and Heavy Machinery, they'll be fine. Or AOP, they'll be fine.
Well, AOP won't be there much longer themselves because they are going
Oh, I know. Their
to
last match is at Takeover.
probably.
Well, not like that. We'll get into that later. Um, when we talk about NXT. Um, moving onward.
Wait, did you watch NXT?
Yes, I did.
Shit, you have the network view?
Yeah, I had to renew it last minute last night.
Fuck, I didn't even. I watched some highlights of it. I didn't even watch the entire show. Like, oh, okay.
I kind of had to like skim through it a little bit just because I fell behind and I was running out of time and I was also starting to pass out. So
Yeah,
I know
I'll give it.
everything that happened, but
Yeah, I'll give it a watch later tonight. Something.
just don't watch 205 Live. Just don't.
Do I ever?
No. Um,
Exactly.
so next is actually pretty big news. Is a current rumor for WrestleMania 34 is the match of Cena versus Undertaker, and the rumor is the seeds will be sown on this coming Raw on the 25th anniversary.
Can I jump in here?
Go ahead.
The reason why people are speculating this will be the one in particular is because Undertaker can retire anytime he wants, and the year he retires, he can instantly go to Hall of Fame, and WWE will not argue with the man on the fact. And the year that the Undertaker goes Hall of Fame, he's gonna highlight that show. But who are they highlighting this Hall of Fame class? Goldberg.
Yeah, there's no reason to
So
put Undertaker in Hall of Fame this year when they have Goldberg.
yeah, so to be honest, we keep the way I see it happening is Cena coming out. Undertaker's like, I think I'm done. Blah blah. Have Cena come out, tell him no, you didn't do the one match everyone wanted versus you, and just get it hype. Have make it seem like Undertaker like denying Cena's match. Royal Rumble comes around. Have Undertaker be the one to eliminate Cena, setting up for even bigger stage.
Which that would
Yeah.
be insane. And honestly, the one question I always thought of is if Undertaker retires, who's going to induct him into Hall of Fame?
It will be probably be Kane.
Because I also was thinking of another abstract figure that was very important.
Sean, maybe.
No, manager wise.
Ooh.
Um, crap. Early in his career, before Paul Bear, um, he he had this really like crimson face, kind of looked like a pastor. It's like brother something.
Oh, oh, Brother Love.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was brother love, but I was doubting
This
myself.
Brother Love. That's Jim. That's not Jim Cornette. Is it Jim Cornette?
No, it's not Jim Cornette.
No.
It's some other guy.
Yeah, I know Brother Love is. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. K
Kane.
though.
Yeah,
It kind of has to be.
because
Them two have.
it's literally storyline. Like it's the longest
Yeah.
storyline.
Yep. They started off as rivals, turned into brothers, turned into allies, and all this other shit. Everything in the middle. The two.
I still love how Adam Paci's like, "Yo, Undertaker's last match." Like of one of the predicted things, he's like, "It should be Undertaker versus Kane." No,
No, they
please no,
both. No,
no.
I'm taking for. Both of them are too late in their careers.
Yeah.
Put on a good match.
Um.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna
the
move
last,
on because
the
there's a
last.
couple more pieces.
I was like, come
Yeah.
on, go for it.
There's some of these are gonna be a little quick, but WWE's version of the final deletion is rumored to start soon, or at least start filming soon. For those who don't know about final deletion, if you as long as you even know about Broken Matt Hardy in TNA, you've heard of final deletion. It's basically this
Delete.
video segment thing of it. Conscious, you'll probably
Oh,
explain this better than me.
pretty much. If you saw what happened between the Wyatt family and the New Day that one time on Raw, where they went to their compound, had the weird fight, whatever. That's the final deletion. They stole it directly from the fight from Matt Hardy and TNA. The final deletion, except the
Except
final
final deletion was
deletion
better.
yes, it was actually entertaining. The camera angles were arguably better, and I enjoyed it.
But King Maxwell,
You Senior Benjamin.
yo, Senior Benjamin, he got shouted on Twitter. It's time.
Yep, yep.
I love how that's his
But
actual like real life father-in-law.
yep. What's next? Is
We also next we got Paige. And this is said with a very heavy heart that Paige is officially retired from in-ring competition due to a severe back injury that was sustained in a
wait? Is
match
she
at.
officially retired from in-ring injury?
Yes, she's officially retired from in-ring competition. She cannot compete. Um, and my source is literally Cultaholic, and they do their research. So if I'm wrong, I will retract it. But she was removed from the Royal Rumble, and
Yeah,
they're not
no,
really addressing it right now. But Paige is
okay.
not going to be competing anymore due to an injury that happened on Long Island at the late December match at a house show. So
She has a long history of neck injuries, and they fear if she takes another really bad bump, she could potentially be paralyzed from the waist down.
yes, basically it's the same thing that happened to Edge. So figure Paige is probably going to issue a retirement speech um, in the coming
Yeah,
weeks,
yeah,
if not in 2025.
yeah.
So next, with better news, we got EC3 is going to WWE, and small fact, he actually owns the rights to his name EC3. So if he wants to, he can go to different promotions and actually use that name.
Yeah.
But he's probably
Carter.
gonna be Derek Bateman in WWE. Sad face. Um, and last but not least, we got Kevin Owens is supposedly injured, which explains why he was not on SmackDown Live this week.
Yep, he has a ongoing back injury that he's been dealing with for some time now.
Very speedy recovery for Kevin Owens is wished by both of us.
Yep.
So
Love you,
now
man.
we get into the meat and potatoes of all of this, which is the actual shows.
Yeah.
So on Raw, it really centered around one person. Let's be real. It was Strowman. It was all Strowman.
Broad.
Yo, so let me try to break this down because at least the complete hour of the show was just Strowman throwing things.
Oh wait, I think you forgot one piece of news because I think this should be considered under news over a show.
Okay.
The Mixed Match Challenge started this week.
Oh yeah, no, I actually have a segment dedicated to Mixed Match Challenge.
Okay, I think it should go to news because it's not really that big. It's just one little piece of thing. So I don't think.
Well, I mean, it was just one match, and then I include the match
Okay,
that
yeah,
was next week.
yeah, okay, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
go for it.
Because I'm very like specific on like order of structure. Um, but
Go for
anyhow,
it.
so night starts off. It's Kurt Angle and Strowman middle of the ring, and Strowman's fired because of all the damage he caused. So what does Strowman do as a logical human being? He trashes things. He
Jeez.
goes to Kurt Angle's office, throws lamps, destroys desks, put Kurt Hawkins through a table and cake.
Oh no, you cannot forget the best part. You cannot forget the best part.
And which part was it?
He
No,
ate
no.
cake.
If you're talking about the freight car, that's later.
No, he ate cake.
Oh yeah, the cake. Yes.
He just grabs the cake and casually eats the cake. I was like, yes, Rod. Yes, Rod.
Literally the best.
Yes, Rod. You were my guy.
So then we finally get to the first match of the night, which is Sheamus and Cesaro at the bar versus
The bar.
the big titties O'Neil and Apollo Crews alongside Dana Brooke. Which just why, just why?
You need something to do, man.
I know, but like, she's better than this.
She needs something to do, my
She's better than
dude.
this, you know it. Um,
She needs something to do.
but anyhow, I believe Titus O'Neil and Apollo went over on this one.
Yep, thanks to Jason Jordan coming out interrupting the match.
Is Jason Jordan a heel yet?
I don't know.
Well,
We don't
okay.
know.
After the ending of Raw, I'll explain why I think he is.
Yeah, okay.
But then afterwards, after the match, then we get more Strowman rage of just people being manhandled. It's beautiful.
Good old Broderick.
Just more backstage annihilation. Then we get back to the ring
Yay!
for an Enzo promo with him and Zo Train. Enzo's not entertaining in the slightest to me, but that's me.
Yeah.
Then we got Cedric Alexander, accompanied by Goldust, versus Tony Nese, accompanied by Enzo Amore. And I just want to make an aside real quick. Why is Tony Nese in the Zo Train when we just had him kicked out of the Zo Train like a couple weeks ago?
Don't ask questions. That's when you have logic, and WWE doesn't understand the point of logic.
It hurts
Don't
my
ask
head,
questions.
you know it.
Don't ask. If you ask questions, it only makes it worse.
It hurts my head. But yeah, Cedric Alexander goes over with the lumbar check, and then we get to the the juicy part of the night. So Strowman goes to a production truck, basically just makes everyone
Scares off Vince Russo, and Vince Russo runs off like a little bitch.
No, Vince Russo and Kevin Dunn, they're just bolting.
Yeah.
It was great. And
It's
just like, oh, is he gone? And then after they all come back into the truck, you see Strowman right next to the freight, and he's just lifting the truck up with his whole body. You won't see, like, there was one maybe bad camera angle that was just poorly used. I blame Kevin Dunn, but whatever. He's lifting the truck, and you don't see any bearing blocks or anything, so all you see is just this man lifting up a freight car and just flips it on its side. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely fantastic. And then he goes all the way out to the ramp, goes to Michael Cole, grabs him by the neck, and almost like has him walking him like a dog by the collar. And Kurt,
best part of the night.
Don't touch. He's like, no, don't touch Cole. He's not a wrestler. No. You got your job back. Stephanie Man says you're good. He's like, cool. Grabs Michael Cole, tosses him at the security, and walks away.
Oh, bro.
It was, and he just screams at the ramp. It's a thing of beauty. Let me tell you. I know this man's not gonna win at Royal Rumble, but please, free my man Strowman. Free him. But anyhow, we get into an actual wrestling match. of Asuka versus Nia Jax, which ended in a win for Asuka by referee
TKO.
stoppage. Not not TKO.
Could be TKO because she stopped the
Well,
match
there's a
because of
difference between
injury.
a referee stoppage and a TKO because um, the thing is, Nia Jax wasn't knocked out. She was selling a knee injury, so she couldn't bear her feet on the legs, so the referee had to stop it due to medical reasons. TKO is like you're knocked out. Um, but yeah, Asuka gets a win. This match kind of just, at least the ending to me fell flat, but because this is like a main event kind of match. But it gives me hopes for me to see that they're gonna do battle in the near future, and it'll be a nice treat for everybody. Um, Next we got my boys, the Revival, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder versus some squash people.
Fuck the Revival.
Did you say fuck the Revival?
Did they fuck the Revival? I hate
Cease
the
and
Revival.
desist. Cease and desist.
Hashtag fuck the Revival.
Hashtag cease and desist. Hashtag one sweet.
Sweet, one sweet voice.
Um, but yeah, the Rival afterwards cut a huge promo. I hate using this comparison, but it's a whole like shoot pipe bomb promo saying like we're not here to be entertainers. We are wrestlers. We don't care what management says. Blah blah blah. We're here to make what wrestling was, and like, oh, we don't care what they say. Like they're trying to change us. We're not having it. So I give the Rival the utmost respect on that, and I know they're gonna what's up?
Nothing.
I was about to say, and then they're gonna eat like 35 stunners next week.
Yep.
But sad face because I actually want to see the Revival succeed. Moving onward, we got Roman Reigns versus the Miz Taraj, accompanied by Miz in a handicap match.
Of course, Roman wins. Lol.
Roman wins. LOL. Royal Rumble. Roman wins. LOL.
Words, lol.
Oh please! I swear to God, if they just do that to us, I will cry.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna accept.
I would die. Yeah, but at the same time, if Roman entered the Royal Rumble and I had his number for the pool, I'd probably be like, I'm looking pretty good for odds right now.
You don't think he's gonna be adorable though.
No, I mean the thing is though, I'm pretty sure we've seen some champions go into the Royal Rumble. It's been done before. It's kind of like the Money in the Bank match, where they'll just throw in U.S. titles and Intercontinental champions, even though they end up never winning. But anyhow, next match we got Sasha Banks accompanied by Bayley and Mickie James. Oh my God, Mickie James is employed. Versus Sonya Deville accompanied by Absolution, and Sonya Deville wins with a weird ass kick to the ribs.
I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, the ending was flat, but you know what? Made Sonya Deville stronger, so at least it gives Absolution some leverage, I guess. I'm not finding the right word. But making them look good. Next we got Woken Matt Hardy versus Heath Slater with Rhino, and obviously Matt Hardy wins. The one thing I don't like about this character is so I love the broken gimmick, but WWE's not going all in. They don't have a good Titantron. Their music is kind of meh. Like I don't know. Like, am I the only one who feels this way?
No, you're right.
Because CFO is definitely dropping the ball on the music side. It doesn't sound like Broken Matt Hardy because you don't have the weird like piano and all that stuff. And then the fact that the loop is like 30 seconds long and he's just like, I will delete you. It gets annoying real fast. but that's my take. And then the last match tonight, we had Finn Balor, accompanied by Balor Club, versus Seth Rollins, accompanied by Jason Jordan. Overall, this was a fantastic
Oh,
match.
the big thing is
Oh,
we got
get
the
hold
curve
on,
stomp back.
God damn it, conscious. Yeah. So the curb stomp's back, or as now they're calling it, the blackout. Thank God they're calling it the blackout kick. Um, but it
Gosh.
ended a very specific way where Finn Balor's rebound on the ropes. Jason Jordan caught him by the leg, which is a very heel thing to do, and Seth Rollins saw Finn Balor prone and went straight for that beautiful curb stomp.
Well, no, also don't forget to mention, there was a 3 count actually. The match was actually legit over with. There's a weird
Um,
moment where the ref counted 3, then hypothetically had to win and everything, but they continued the match, whatever.
yeah, refer because the thing is though, what's weird with the referees is that it's not always referees' fault because they're usually told just to count to 3. Because even though they know the quote unquote end result, it's still they have to count the 1, 2, 3 regardless. They can't just
Mm-hmm.
stop their hands unless they're Shane McMahon. Um, but yeah, um, the aftermatch though, I was very weird. At least with Finn Balor, Seth Rollins made sense because he kind of looked at Jason Jordan like, dude, why? Why'd you do
No,
that?
no, 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 no. What Finn did was perfect, actually. They sold the severity of the move. They haven't used that move in a long time, and Finn sold it very well.
I, I just,
He
I just want Finn Balor to win the championship again. Can I just have my moment?
he'll win it again.
What?
He'll win it again.
Yeah, when Vince McMahon decides he deserves a push.
To be honest, actually, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Apparently, Vince sold all of his shares to the WWE.
Did you say all?
Apparently, I was reading something about it. I don't know if it was all,
I don't think
but
it can't be all. Otherwise, he loses his seat in
so
the company.
he lost a lot of shares. He sold a fuck ton of shares.
Because the thing is, if he sells too many shares, he loses the seat as chairman of the board.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Because that means he's really going all in for XFL.
Hold on. Let me look this up. You continue talking. Let me do my research.
Because, yeah, we're very, very professional. We like to fact check ourselves live. But if this is the case, that means Vince McMahon is going to go all in on XFL, and I I don't know how to react. Like this, I don't feel like is the best of moves because I don't know if XFL is really going to be a big thing. But if Vinnie Mac wants to do this and it gets him away from the company and has Triple H run it, by all means, please, Vince, step down as chairman. Don't ever touch a WWE thing again, and we'll be square.
Oh no, the 100 mil that he sold was a good chunk of his stock.
Yeah, but he owns like billions of dollars of shares. Like WB is worth billions of dollars as a company. And this is a slight relevant thing is Fox is also looking to I should include this in news, but it's been very iffy on if it'll actually happen. But Fox is looking to buy airing rights to SmackDown and Raw, and they're also looking into buy WB themselves
Yep.
if Vince is open to it.
And to be honest, if from what they're saying, and Vince is trying to get rid of stocks and all that shit, it might not be a bad idea for Vince.
Yeah, I mean, it's just with Vince doing this, you can't help but be a little uncertain.
I'm not concerned at all. If Vince wants to sell, I'm happy because the thing, if Fox is smart, and I think Fox is very smart.
And Fox
Uh,
also has better audience grab because it's more readily
yeah,
available across the United States. Because you can
yeah,
have a basic cable plan and get Fox, but with USA
Yeah.
Network, it's a lot harder. So this is actually really smart if WWE does this.
Yep.
Um, but moving on, from Raw, we got SmackDown Live. It was a very, very quick SmackDown Live. Like, there was almost no matches. There was a couple of, like, most of it was just promos for the Royal Rumble. I'm not really going to go into it because it really doesn't matter, and a lot of them were obvious. Like, Liv Morgan entering the Women's Rumble. Like, come on. There's, like, 10 divas on the rosters. But, I'm sorry, women, not divas. Different era. But anyhow, SmackDown Live opened with a huge New Day promo, tons of like USA paraphernalia, a podium, all this like invigorating speech out of Woods. It was hilarious, honestly. Kind of just getting the crowd all hyped up for the first match of the night, which was Xavier Woods versus the unhindered Jinder Mahal. And we all know how that went.
Jinder won.
Yeah. Not happy. But yes, now Jinder moves on to the finals, which he would then face the winner of the next match, which is Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley, which, for the love of God, thank you, Bobby Roode won and not Mojo Rawley. Though, I know if you're watching this, VJ, you're pretty upset about that. Because I don't understand the hype around Mojo Rawley, but whatever. Because
You don't get hype.
What's up?
Stay hype.
Yo, he ain't hype. I'm hype because I got Zack Ryder in my corner. Zack Ryder's my boy. Yo, I'm so happy they finally gave him the new entrance that's been in the WWE games for a solo entrance, but we haven't heard the remix for years because he's never competed as a singles competitor for the past like 4 or 5 years. So I was happy when I heard it. But moving onward, we had a 6-woman tag match of Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Charlotte versus the Riot Squad, and of course, Riot Squad wins. And it's just the obvious pick, honestly, because if
do you expect anything else, you're a goddamn liar.
What's up?
So if you're expecting anything else, you're a goddamn liar.
Basically, because honestly, why would you want to make the Riot Squad look weak, especially when they're just trying to get their feet on the ground? Even though they hit the ground running, they still got to keep up the pace. But then we get to the final match of the night, which was Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal, which, okay, so I left an actual key thing from the Roode versus Rawley match. So basically, after the match that Roode won, he got assaulted by the Singh brothers. Jinder Mahal, whatever, orchestrated it, and then Bobby Roode's like, you know what? Let's have the match tonight. And Jinder's like, oh no, I'll give you a week's time to think about your decision. And Danny Bryan's like, you know what? Good idea. Let's have the match tonight. So we get the finals tonight, which is Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal. And thank the Lord Bobby Roode won. But I will say, it wasn't a bad match. Jinder's definitely improving. I'll give him that, but it was also not a great match. It was okay. So immediately following SmackDown, we had the Mixed Match Challenge, which was this week's match was Finn Balor and Sasha Banks versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Natalya. And for those who don't know where to watch the Mixed Match Challenge, 10 p.m. every Tuesday, right after SmackDown, on Facebook Watch. It's that little like.
What the fuck is Facebook Watch?
I was actually about to explain it. So, if you guys are on mobile, it's that little like TV icon that's on your main feed. If you click on that, it goes onto the watch feed, and you can try to find it there, or you just type in search bar WWE Mixed Match Challenge, and it'll pop up there. If you're on desktop, it'll be on your left side of the screen, and you'll see Newsfeed, Messenger, and then Watch, and you click the Watch, and it'll load up there. They make it overly complicated. I'll definitely say that they're making it overly, like, stupidly overly complicated instead of just putting on Facebook Live. Even though I don't know, it's weird. I don't get it. But anyhow, Mixed Match Challenge. Right. One thing I want to note is Shinsuke Nakamura was wearing Neidhart attire, which was fantastic. Like I loved his entrance, just amazing. But as everyone probably guessed, the team of Finn Balor and Sasha Banks won. And for anyone who's curious, their charity they're competing for is the Special Olympics.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, that was actually pretty bad.
That's really rude.
Hey, listen, I fall into that category, so I guess
you're going to hell.
I at this point I wouldn't be surprised. And then next week's match will be Big E and Carmella versus
the Darkness. The Darkness.
Yo, too bad Big E gonna get put down.
Darkness is Big E.
Yo, but I'm sorry, but Asuka though. Asuka and Miz is such a pure team. Besides Alicia Fox and Goldust.
Alicia Fox.
Yo, Alicia Fox. Yo, Goldust is literally like the locker room dad at this point.
Yeah.
It's funny, the more and more I watch Goldust, the more I actually see Dusty in him. I don't see it in Cody, but I definitely see it in Dustin. Which, it's almost sad though that Goldust never held a world title. Makes you think. Moving on though, 205 Live, we're not going to get too big into it. We're kind of just going to breeze through it. TJP.
Go watch it. Didn't care.
I read the synopsis, so I know enough. TJP versus Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik went over, and TJP definitely showed signs of turning into like a complete like dark heel. So I'm hoping this actually leads to good character development for once. I'm not going to keep my hopes up. And then the next notable thing was Gallagher cut actually a really good promo on Hideo Itami, and that's probably the only good thing I saw out of anything on here. And then why am I reading this? Goldust Company with Cedric Alexander versus the Zo Train. The Goldust on 205 Live versus the Zo Train. Excuse me?
I didn't realize the Goldust was a fishing part 205 Live, dude.
Why is he on 205 Live though? The man is 260 pounds. He's 6'6", 260 pounds. So even if you want to argue the case of dyslexia where you put the 0 in the middle instead of the end, it's still 206. He's still over regardless. I'm angry. Why? Just you know what? I can't think about it. Otherwise, logic's gonna kill me.
Yep.
So we get into the better part of the week, which is NXT, and we get Tucker Knight and Otis Dozoic, known as Heavy Machinery, versus Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss, with Sabatelli and Moss going over. This is a good match. Nothing too special, but it was good. Roddy Strong versus Fabian Eichner. That was actually a really good match. Not gonna lie, like I'd say definitely, this was still definitely an NXT to watch. There was a lot of big things to happen. Roderick Strong ended up winning the match via submission through his submission called Stronghold, which is a lion tamer. Um, but a win for Roderick Strong, definitely looking strong, no pun intended, and hopefully they actually do something good with him. Next we have Aaliyah versus Lacey Evans, and Lacey Evans went over. That forearm she used, Jesus Christ! Like the sound of that forearm you can hear throughout the whole building. It's ridiculous. Um, Afterwards, after that, we get a promo from Johnny Gargano. Um,
You forgot about the what's the Chris? The attack by Shayna
oh yeah, yes,
Baszler,
yes,
and
yes, 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 yes.
don't
Thank you.
forget about that. That's
Um,
actually very important.
yes, yes, you, that's correct. So post match, Lacey Evans, got attacked by the one and only Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler comes running down, not running, but she walks down to the middle of the ring. Aaliyah's still kind of knocked out, and then she gets put into the what's she called? Calling her?
I have no idea.
It's like
It's a
something
sleep.
Buster, but now because it was like a suplex transitioned into a coquina, but um, either way chokes her out, and then Ember Moon comes out for the save, and it's announced that Shayna Baszler will be facing Ember Moon at NXT Takeover, and I'm excited. I honestly think this would be a really good match, considering there's not too many women on NXT that are top contenders right now. At least as much as the person who was second in the women's Mae Young Classic. Because Shayna Baszler is going to be an absolute monster if she gets a hand on that title. But at the same time, probably won't be for a while.
No, no, no. People are saying, Shayna's gonna be coming up. I mean, not Shayna.
Ember
Shayna's
Moon's
taking the
coming up.
title next. No, yeah, Ember Moon's coming up, and Shayna Baszler is taking the title.
I'm fine with that too, honestly. Even if they, let's just say they wanted to put it off for WrestleMania weekend, I'm still fine with that.
Yeah.
Um, but after that, we get to the final match of the night, which was a number one contendership match for the NXT Championship match, or to qualify for an NXT Championship match at Takeover, which is Street Profits versus Authors of Pain, and Authors of Pain won. But it was actually a pretty good match, though. It shows Street Profits can actually hang as a tag team in the main event scene, and AOP is just as strong as ever, and we'll get a ridiculous match of the Undisputed Era versus Authors of Pain. We get to see Adam Cole, baby, try to super kick Paul Ellering. Please. Please. I need this in my life. We literally have two heel teams going at it. That's great. Or is really AOP a fate? I don't know. I
AOP
guess they're the
is
face of
just
this team.
no, not really.
But they're not also heel because like Undisputed Era is like the biggest heel. Or at
Yeah.
least Adam Cole is the heel. But anyhow, that's oh yeah, and because Conscious got me sidetracked for a second. The thing I was going to talk about with Johnny Gargano is he was cutting a promo and Velveteen Dream walks out and he's basically saying how Johnny Gargano isn't really worthy to be contender for the heavyweight the NXT Championship. So now it sets up for next week. It will be Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream, and if Johnny Gargano loses, he sacrifices his contendership to Velveteen Dream. So that's gonna be a good match. I mean, me and Conscious already know what happened because we kind of decided to look at the spoilers like months ahead. Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Um, well, I say feels bad, man, just because we ruined everything for ourselves, but all the results were good, so I got no problem with it. But that's gonna do for this week. Let me know what matches you guys enjoyed this week, and if you're hyped for Raw 25. But thank you guys very much for watching. RighteousRaikou signing. Remind you guys to keep riding the lightning.
Actually,